Thank you. You guys like the intro? I worked on it most of the day yesterday. I don't know if I want to critique a little, or do you guys think it's perfect? I like it. I think it's actually perfect just the way it is. I don't know if I should make it shorter or if I should add something to. I don't know. I'm still going to play with it, but that's the start of my intro. And if you notice, I have a little happy star, moon and stars up in the right-hand corner. I bet I was playing all day yesterday, trying to, you know, pick up my, make my channel more me instead of just StreamYards, You like it? To me, like the music, it's actually music that won't get copyrighted, which is good. I looked that up. But to me, it sounded like a show just about to start, like a crime show. I actually want to make another intro for like when I'm just talking or addressing something. I kind of want to do another intro for that. Oh, thank you, Misdemeanor. I just threw my hair up and got dressed. I have errands to run after this. But I wanted to come live about this because I am so happy. Yes, sir. Saeed is captured. It's been a long time in the making, and I was into this case a lot. I know John Crimes was into this case. He did an awesome documentary on this case, but he was caught in Texas, which is funny because the hurricane was going, or hurricane, tornado, whatever, hurricane, Laura. Let's just say it. Laura was coming through town. But the interesting part was they're not saying how they found out where he was. They're not saying that. They're not saying if somebody tipped them off or not. They're not saying where they caught him other than the town they caught him in. They caught him in Justin, Texas. I guess it's a very small town, but he was captured with his brother and his son. So all three got arrested. The son and the brother are being charged with harboring a fugitive. And right now he's being held in federal prison, and he's going to be extradited to Dallas. So they're not giving much, but if everybody remembers, this case happened on January 1st of 2008. So it's been 12 years of, trying to find him and held him accountable. Sorry, my neighbor just went by with So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share this article and we'll read it together. Let's see. All right. FBI's 10 most wanted fugitive. Yes, sir. A capital murder suspect wanted in connection with the homicide of his two teenage daughters, Amina and Sarah, was taken into custody without incident today in Justin, Texas, by the FBI Dallas field office. Yasser was placed on the FBI 10 most wanted fugitive list on December 4th, 2014. Yes, sir. I hate saying said because it sounds like I'm just going to say yes, sir. Yes, sir is currently in federal custody and will be transferred to Dallas County. The FBI Dallas Violent Crime Task Force has worked tirelessly to find Yasser. these experienced investigators never gave up on their quest to find him and plead to never forget the young victims in this case. FBI Dallas Special Agent in charge, Matthew DeSarno, said Yasser was placed on the 10 most wanted fugitive list nearly 6 years ago for his horrendous act he committed against his daughters. His capture and arrest brings us one step closer to justice for Amina and Sarah. And we want to thank our partners at the Irving Police Department on working with us to apprehend this dangerous individual. Now, it does not, let me stop screen sharing and come back to you guys. I found it interesting that his son was with him. Not that it shocked me, because it didn't, because I have felt all along that his family has helped him, and I've been on the fence whether Amina and Sarah's mother knew where he was. I've always been on the fence about that. I read in a news article that she was happy that he was caught and happy that justice will be served, but that was it. But the last we knew, her son was still living with her, with the mother, and the mother and the son were living with one of the brothers. Now, I don't know if it's the brother that was captured with him or not, but I've really been on the fence whether she knew more. Because if you guys have ever watched the documentary, I felt, hey, Kimmy B, if you've watched the documentary on this, I felt where she buried her daughters was heartbreaking. She wanted to bury them in a Muslim cemetery, which I get. I can get that. But I don't get is, couldn't you find a better Muslim cemetery than a desert? It was literally, there was not a tree, not a flower, not grass. It was literally their tombstones and a pile of dirt. Like, there was nothing beautiful about where they rest. So, for me, in my opinion, I took that as, because they say it was an honor killing. They say the reason why he killed his daughters is because he wanted them to marry Muslims, and they were in love with Americans. Amina was in love with Joseph. They were very much in love. And Sarah was dating an American boy as well. They did leave. The mother and the girls did run away from Yasser because he was not happy that her girls were dating an American boys. But she ended up convincing the girls to go back. Now, if you guys all remember, Sarah went back with her mother. Amina went to a friend's house. Amina did not want to go back home. She absolutely didn't. And if you watch this documentary, the mother lies through this whole documentary. She says that Amina absolutely wanted to come back, that she did not beg Amina to come back, that she could stay at her friend's house. Well, during that documentary, they showed phone records, and her mother called her at least 30 times that day, begging her to come back home. Finally, Amina agreed to go back. Now, this isn't the first time Yasser has threatened the girls. She was well aware that, they accused him of sexually abusing them when they were younger. And their mother absolutely knew about that. Now, the case ended up getting dropped because of Amina and Sarah's mother. So the case got dropped, so he never got charged with the sexual abuse. But he had threatened those girls many, many times. He followed them everywhere. He followed them to work. He had a GPS in their car. There was a part where Amina and Joseph, because Amina had her own car, that they couldn't talk inside the car because her father had the car bugged. Like, to me, as a mother, I never would have went back. I never would have forced my children to go back. But she forced Amina to go back that day. And when they got back, she agreed to allow Yasser to take them out to eat to talk to them. Now, me as a mother, I never would have allowed that. It would have been like, I'll go with them. Why do you have to take them out to dinner? Can't you go in the backyard and just talk to them? Can't you go in the bedroom and just talk to them? And they got in the car and they drove away, and he shot them to death. Now, I just have a tough time with the mother not knowing where he was. She's always said she didn't know, and I want to know you guys' thoughts. Put a 1 in the chat for the people that know this case, that think that she was well aware where Yasser was the whole time. My personal opinion, I think when it first happened, I think they paid for him to get out of the country. I think he went to Egypt for a while. I really do. And I think that he came back because it's been 12 years. He came back. He thought the dust had settled. He could come back and live here without being recognized. Stupid move on his part, but not complaining. I'm just interested to see where he was caught. Was he caught at a restaurant? Was he caught at the brother's home? I'm interested to see, because they're not releasing that. Hey, Truth. Oh, you're welcome, Truth. I definitely was going to cover this case, talk about this, because like I said, I have followed this case. It was a heartbreaking case. The documentary broke my heart with Joseph. I mean, for a teenager, he had his head on his shoulders, and you could tell him and Amina were so in love. It got to the point where Joseph's family was even trying to help Amina get away. They were going to try to let them run off and get married just so she could get away from her father. And it didn't work out. And Amina did everything in her power to protect Joseph. And the only reason why he ever found out about Joseph is because he found a letter that she wrote Joseph. But she even protected him then. She told him that this was just her thoughts, and if she ever had a boyfriend, she wished his name would be Joseph. She did everything in her power to protect Joseph. But I'm glad he's captured. I don't know if he can get the death penalty or if he can just get life. I'm hoping he gets the death penalty. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to charge him. But they are charging his son. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Don't worry about it. It's alright. And like I said, it didn't even, and it's not like it's not well known. There's a person that says my name every time she's live. And I've even sat on my panel and said, hey, everybody, guess what? This is my name. But it's tough when you're friends with people, on YouTube, and you get to talk to these people on a daily basis, and they're your friends. We end up knowing our real names. So when we talk, it slips up all the time. So don't worry, Tracy. See, I almost did it. Truth, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It would probably be a bigger deal if my last name was in there, but it's not. So everybody knows my name's Kelly. So moving on. So they're going to get the son for harboring a fugitive. And they're going to get the brother for harboring a fugitive. So that's pretty much, I didn't even know, I just read it and I was like, okay, truth, no problem. Until I got a message and was like, oops, sorry. And then I had to look again. And I was like, oh, I didn't even notice it. It is hard. And like I said, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Like I said, everybody knows my first name. Hold on 1 second. I gotta mute you guys for a second. Okay, I'm back. Is anybody else free? Is everybody, I know misdemeanor's okay. Is there a lot of other people in here from Texas, Louisiana? I hope you guys are all okay from Laura coming through. I know up here in good old Mass, it's freezing up here. Well, not freezing, but it's cold. Fall is coming. I'm sitting here under a blanket. Yesterday, people were walking around with sweatshirts, but I love this time of year because it's not too cold, but it's not too hot. It's a perfect time of year. I bet you, Kimmy is loving it, being pregnant and all. Yeah, I bet you she's loving the cool weather. Idaho is dry as a bone, no worries. Okay, I'm gonna dox myself. Tracy's there. Yeah. Truthfully, Tracy, it's not a big deal. I know you didn't mean to do it. I know you were typing quick, because like you said, you were talking to your doctor and you were in and out. You just wanted to let me know you were here, and you were just typing quick and put my name. No worries. It's hot there, Leo's wife. So I'm definitely going to be following this case as it happens. I hope they air his trial, unless he pleads out. I mean, he might just plead guilty and there won't be a trial. But knowing Yasser the way Yasser is, I have a feeling he's going to go all the way with it. I think he's going to claim he is innocent. I really just don't see him saying, I'm guilty. I think he's going to want to put her family, through the heartache of dealing with a trial. That's just my opinion. But let's hope that he just pleads and goes to jail for the rest of his life. But if he doesn't, and he does go to trial, I really hope they make it public, because I would love to stream that trial. So we definitely will keep an eye out on that. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he's going to plead, or do you think he'll take it all the way to trial? What's you guys' thought? Just his ego and everything, I just have a feeling he's going to want to go to trial. He's going to try to say he didn't do it, and he ran because he was scared, even though but I mean, he would be stupid not to, because they have the 911 with Sarah's last words. How horrible. That was heartbreaking, listening to that 911 call and listening to her say that her father is killing her. It was heartbreaking. All the way to trial? Yeah. You think he'll plead out? It's mixed. I don't know. It will be interesting to see how it plays. Part of me, for the family's sake, and for, Amina and Sarah's, memory, I really hope he does plead. so they don't have to go. So Joseph, because you got to think, if they go to trial, Joseph is going to have to testify. Sarah's boyfriend's going to have to testify. And to bring that all back up for these young teenagers, I mean, are they teenagers anymore? I'm not sure, but these young children, it would be horrible. So I hope, but at the same time, being a crime person and being into crime, I would like to see the trial. Does that make sense? Yep, his lawyer will tell him to plead. Too much evidence. Well, I don't know how much. I mean, the only thing they really have, Leo's wife, is the 911 call. Yes, it was in his taxi, but he could have said, he got robbed and he ran away scared, even though that's a chump way out because those are your girls. Your girls, I would put my life on the line to protect my children. But really, the only evidence they really have, they never found the gun. There's no proof of him shooting the gun. The only thing they have is Sarah's 911 call. And that is a big 911 call. I mean, she's saying it's her dad shooting at him. But could her lawyer play it, I don't know. Play it like maybe she was in such distress, she messed up and said her dad, but really it wasn't his dad. You don't know. I just hope that he just pleads. Just plead out. Take your time. You've had 12 years to run around. You shouldn't even have had that. You shouldn't even have had the 12 years to run around. But you did. I'm glad they got him too, Remy. I really am. This man definitely needed to be off the streets. I think that he should have been caught a long time ago, but his family wouldn't turn on him. His family wouldn't rat on him. Hey, Mandy. Good morning or afternoon, almost afternoon. How are you? I loved watching your live yesterday. I loved the blue that you were putting on those boxes you were doing. They did finally catch him. Yep, they caught him yesterday in Justin, Texas. And they caught him, this is the funny, and not the funny thing, but they caught him with his son and his brother. So his son and his brother are being charged with harboring a fugitive. He's in federal prison right now, and he will be extradited to Dallas soon. They're not saying how they found him. They're not saying where he was when they found him, whether he was in a restaurant or a house. All they said was that they arrested him with no incident. There was no fight. There was no nothing. He surrendered peacefully. All three of them did. Let me put... Ooh. I mean, it stinks because I love going live about cases. I love going live. Speaking of that, that's the other thing we can discuss. Yesterday was crazy and I didn't go live. But let's move forward a minute and let's leave Yessers down. We've got Yessers down. But they ended up finding Mr. Fernandez, the soldier from Fort Hood. They ended up finding him and he hung himself. Well, that's what it looks like. It looks like he hung himself, but we don't know. Did somebody, make it look like he hung himself? We don't know. But I know that they did find him and he hung himself. And I know that his family is trying to pursue charges on Fort Hood because he was in the hospital when I said he was in the hospital from from the 11th to the 17th. He was in the hospital. Well, he was in the hospital for mental health reasons. They were not saying that before, but now they have said he was in there for mental health reasons. They released him to his sergeant, but his sergeant was supposed to keep him in eyesight of everyone. So basically, what the family is saying, when this sergeant brought him to the house, he was supposed to go into the house, make sure there was somebody in the home, and he didn't. He just let him get out of the car and pulled away. Now, there's a lot of holes because nobody understands why he had his sergeant bring him to that apartment. He had not lived in that apartment for over a month. He had gotten his own apartment. My personal thinking is those were his friends, and he was not supposed to be alone in the apartment that he was moving into, that he was supposed to move into. He would have been alone. So I think he went there. That's my opinion. They said that for his new apartment, his whole apartment, everything he needed to move in was inside his car. Now, his car was found on Fort Hood's base, not near the hospital. It was found on the base. So how he got to the hospital, nobody knows. Now, mind you, the hospital was on the base as well. But it's not like he drove his car to park in front of the hospital. His car was found somewhere else. His car was fully packed with all of his belongings. When he went and got that new apartment, he never picked up the keys to that apartment. He never officially moved in, but he officially moved out of that other apartment. So I think there was a lot going on. Now that the family is saying he was really depressed and having a hard time because he went and pressed charges on the sexual conduct. A lot of the people on the base were picking on him and calling him names and bullying him. And he was having a hard time with that because he was trying to do the right thing. And the right thing got him even more bullied than the sexual conduct. So he was having a hard time. He got depressed. He went to the hospital. From my opinion, this guy, 23 years old, did everything that he could to keep himself safe. You know, like he did the right thing by addressing the sexual conduct. He did the right thing when he was being bullied for doing it from other soldiers. By feeling depressed and feeling sad, he checked himself into the hospital. This man did everything right. And then he gets released from the hospital. The sergeant gets orders to make sure he's not alone. The sergeant drops him off in front of this apartment building that he didn't even live at, didn't go in to make sure somebody was there to stay with him. And from the people inside the apartment said Fernandez never came into the apartment that night. They never saw him. That's what they're saying. They're saying they never saw him. He didn't come in. So what they're thinking is when the sergeant pulled away, Fernandez went for a walk. But mind you, they found him 30 miles from Fort Hood, hanging. How did he get 30 miles away without his vehicle? How did he get 30 miles away to hang himself? Did he hitchhike? I don't know. Did he go alone? I don't know. With everything that's going on in Fort Hood, I think people are just saying, oh, well, he was in the hospital for mental health, and now we found him hanging. He killed himself. End of story. I don't think it should be end of story. I really hope that the family investigates because his car was still at Fort Hood, so he didn't drive himself 30 miles away. It does smell fishy, Mandy. He didn't drive himself 30 miles away. They're saying that the apartment people are saying he never came into the apartment. I want to know where he got the rope. He had to have bought it, right? So there should be videotapes of him going into a store buying the rope, you would think. I just hope that they don't think just because he was in the hospital for mental health and they found him hanging that they just closed this case. Because to me, something sounds fishy. Something doesn't add up to me. This guy was doing everything and anything to be a better person and have a better life, you know? Like, he knew it was wrong to get sexually harassed, so he made a report. He knew he was being bullied, and it was making him depressed. So he did everything he had to go to the hospital and check in and say, look, I don't feel safe, I'm depressed, help me. And now, oh, hey, hanging with Mr. J, welcome. So I really hope with the lawyer that they have Vanessa's lawyer, which I thought she was a phenomenal lawyer, and the family feels, from my point of view, the family seems like they're just not going to take this hanging as he was sad and he hung himself. I don't think the family believes that. Yes, they need to track local stores and check the rest of the people as well. With credit card statements, video footage, and receipts, I agree, Winky Whispers. I mean, don't get me wrong. He could have found a piece of rope walking, in somebody's in trash can. But I find that hard to believe. And he had nothing on him. Nothing. Everything was left in his car. All he had was his ID. That's what they found. And that's how they were able to identify him at the scene, was because of his wallet and his license. But that said, that's the only thing he had. Jenna, tell Misdemeanor to keep her storm there. I look like a drowned rat. Yeah, it's been raining off and on here, Carla. Too. She can keep it. I agree. So that's how I feel about it. I just don't feel like it should be an open closed case. I think there is something that they definitely need to look into. I think, and what threw me is when I read he was 30 miles away. That was wait a second. How did he get 30 miles away on foot? That's a long walk. And people, I mean, if we were back in the 70s, I give hitchhiking. I would get it. The 60s and 70s and even in the 80s, everybody hitchhiked. Everybody walked on the road and stuck out their thumb and hitchhiked. But nowadays, most people drive by anybody that's hitchhiking, unless you know them. But you don't see hitchhiking very often nowadays. So I just don't see him hitchhiking 30 miles away to hang himself. That makes no sense to me. He could have went to the woods around Fort Hood. I mean, Fort Hood's on this huge land. Why would he go 30 miles away? In my opinion, if somebody's trying to make Fort Hood not look bad, they're going to take him 30 miles away and make him look like he's just depressed and hung himself. Sorry. Listening, trying to catch updates online. I'm cheating on Jenna, kinda. Whatever, Misdemeanor. There's no cheating on me. It's not allowed. Thank you, Samara, for posting her link. Yes. Please, all mods if you see somebody come in that has a channel, please post their links. Mandy Mixed Media has a channel. Carla, I know a lot of people in here are probably subbed to Carla and stuff, but still, yeah, if you guys could post people's links when they come in, I greatly appreciate it. Oh, you got Thunder and Lightning too, Carla, huh? Oh, Mr. J has a channel too? Yes. Please post Mr. J's channel, Hanging with Mr. J. Let me see if I can find it, because I'm on my computer, so I can click on them and get it for you guys quicker. Hold on. Oh, I can't through StreamYards. Hold on, I have to go to YouTube. Because I want to sub to his channel. Give me 1 second, guys. Where is he? Where is Mr. J? Where is he? There he is. Why won't it let me click on him? I don't know why it won't let me click on him. I'm sorry, Mr. J. I can't click on you to get your channel. I don't know why it won't let me. Are you under... Because usually if you have a channel, it's like a dark blue because I have the extension and you're gray. So are you on your like a backup name and not your main channel name? Because like Black Dahlia Presents, I know she has a channel and I can click on her because she's blue and it brings me right to her channel. But for some reason, Mandy's Mixed Media isn't that. I can't click on her and I can't click on Mr. J. That's weird. I don't understand why. Because I know, oh, there's, see, now she's blue. Mr. J, could you type again if you're still in here? Because now, you just, Leo's wife, did you put his link in the chat by chance? I see Carla's. I see Mandy's. I see Black Dahlia's. Oh, there's Mr. J. He's blue now. I can click on him. Okay, got it. I don't know why it was gray for a minute. Copy. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'll put his link in the chat for you guys. And I just subbed to you, Mr. J. And there's his link for you guys. I don't know why it was gray for a minute. Maybe because my YouTube wasn't open. So when I clicked over there, you guys were gray. Oh, Samara's an amazing mod. I didn't even see if she dropped it too. You know, she's really good at dropping links and stuff. Not that all my mods aren't awesome. Don't take it like that, mods. You know I love y'all. You guys are all great mods. Carla, I had a headache yesterday. I blamed it on you in my head, but actually my ponytail was too tight. I know a lot of people had headaches last night, and it was so weird because I woke up this morning. I went to bed not early, but early. It was like 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, because I wasn't feeling great. I've been having some health issues going on, and I wasn't feeling great. So I went to bed, and I woke up at like, I don't know, 2:30, quarter of 3, and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh, I'll turn on YouTube, see what's going on, maybe catch a replay of a channel or something like that." And I noticed Carla was live, and I'm like, I don't know if YouTube is glitching or if Carla's really live. Like, she never goes live at 2:30 in the morning. And I clicked on it, and sure enough, she was live. She was live because she was worried about misdemeanor and her storm. And plus, she had the headache and stuff. So she was live. So I ended up jumping on panel with her, and I stayed up till they got off at like 3:30. My husband woke up to go to work, and here I am on a live. He's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" It was funny. I got caught by him. And then I didn't go back to bed till probably 4:30, and then I was up again at 8 o'clock. I see a nap in my future today. Black Dahlia, I've been blamed for worse. Just don't blame me for pushing you off the bike. So yeah, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to come live. I don't know, did all of you guys see my intro? I'm so happy with it. Did you guys end up seeing my intro that I worked on yesterday? If you guys want to see it again because you missed it, put a 1 in the chat and I'll play it for you guys. I'm pretty proud of it. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are. After what happened to the female soldier months ago, they need to be looked into. My sister is a vet, and now Fort Hood is getting a bad name. Fort Hood is getting a bad name, hanging with Mr. J. And mind you, I don't know if you were in my last live with Marsha White Sharky, but there's been 11 deaths on Fort Hood this year in a small period of time. Some are unexplained, some are explained, but there's been a lot of the things going on in Fort Hood. All right, guys, I'll play it for you. I don't know if I want to know you guys' honest opinion. So hold on. Let me remove myself and then I'll play. So what do you think? That's what I got so far. Do you think is it perfect? Should I speed it up so it's not so long? It's like 1 minute and 18 seconds, which I think is good for an intro. Like, I know some people do like a shorter intro where it's like 30 seconds, but it's like 1 minute 18. Do you think I should speed it up? Do you think I should add something? Because I can go in. You think it's too long? Okay. Because I can speed it up. I had it where it was like 28 seconds or 38 seconds, but it just seemed like it went went too fast where people couldn't read it. Speed it up to like 45, 60. Okay. Yeah, that works. But I like the music. It sounds like it like a show's about to start. And I like the do you think I like how I did it. I just think I'm with you guys. I think I should make it shorter where it's not so long. But you guys like it? Thank you. I worked all day on that. But I want something because I don't always do crime. I'm really trying to focus just on crime, but sometimes I like to come up and just chit chat about what's going on, saying hey. So I kind of want two different intros. One for like when I do crime, and then one for like when I'm just doing normal chit chat. Like my background picture. When I'm doing crime, I have that crime scene tape. And then when I do normal chit chat, I have that moon picture. No, it's not easy. I actually found a really easy app, but it still wasn't easy. It took me, oh my God, forever. Yeah, I was thinking to just because I can't play that when I'm going to talk about, the weather or whatever I want to talk about. I can't play that. So I was thinking maybe two separate intros, just like I have two separate pictures for what I'm doing. You keep your intros 30 seconds. No, I didn't, Mandy. I didn't see it. If you could write it again. Oh, there it is. Also, where it says my name is Jenna Moon, it's hard to read. Maybe add a shadow behind. That's so funny that you say that, Mandy, because that's what I was stuck on the longest. Because no matter what color I picked, it wasn't bright enough. Like, it didn't pop. So maybe I could add like a something behind it because there was so many colors to pick from, but all of them weren't bright enough. And that's where I was stuck the most. Or maybe move it where it's not under me because I can make it smaller. Like I don't have to make it as long. I can make it smaller and then maybe put it up onto the side instead of underneath me. I'll have to play today. I'm glad you guys are giving me your input though. I noticed on my live stream yesterday, StreamYards and YouTube chats weren't matching up. No, they never match up. Like I did a live the day before yesterday because I used my laptop. I can go live on YouTube. And I liked it a lot more than I did StreamYards. But the only thing is I can't do my intro, and if you're on YouTube, you can't have people come up. And I was on the YouTube one and Marsha wanted to come up, so I had to end my live and go to StreamYards. The only thing I liked about the YouTube was the chat itself because it seems like StreamYards is way slower on the chat part than the YouTube part. And a lot of people open up both and watch both, but I get so confused. Because, like, if I want to mute or stop my camera or something like that, I have to bounce back to StreamYards. So I just leave it on StreamYards and read the chat that way. But I do like the YouTube chat better. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I might move it to a darker area. See, I did it in the 780 one, Black Dahlia. There was like a 420, a 780, or the 1080, and I did it in the 7. I could move it up to the 1080 and see if that works better. See, I wanted to, but I don't know how to link. I gotta play with that too, Leo's wife, because I like Zoom, and I have Zoom, and I like it, but I don't know how to link Zoom to the YouTube. It sure is easy to use. I just have the free version. I love all the stuff you can add. Yeah, I love all the stuff you can add too. And I don't know if you can add all that stuff to Zoom. I would think you could, because I do like Zoom. And I do love StreamYards. I pay the a follower or a supporter ended up getting me like 3 months of the monthly StreamYard, so I could have like 10 on panel with me, and I got all the different perks. So I do like, I don't have much complaints about StreamYards. I like it. I just wish the chat was better. I'm not a fan of Zoom, but I don't have a computer. I do my my okay. I get you. I forgot what app I used. I used for my to edit, it was like Flex something. I forgot the name of it. It's something Flex. Let me look. Flex Clip? That's what I used to do the moon up in my top corner and my intro. But yeah. So I definitely will fix it up and make it shorter. Because, like I said, I did have it shorter, but it just seemed like it moved really fast. But I was doing like 28 seconds. So I think the 40 to 60 might be better. Where you guys can still read it, but it's shorter. You like the moon in the corner? I do too. I do too. And I want to be able to, I haven't figured it out yet, but you know how the overlay does this with the StreamYard and StreamYard live show? You can add your own overlay where I want to be able to put like Jenna Moon's live show instead of StreamYard's live show and changing the top part of StreamYards. But I haven't figured out how to do it yet. Because I see like Dad with the phone and them, they've done it, but I don't know how to do it yet. I'm going to play. You can, Mandy? That would be awesome. I tried playing with it yesterday, but I got so frustrated, I said, forget it. Never mind. I'll just leave it black. But I do kind of want to add a banner or something. That would be cool, Mandy, if you could show me that. Thank you. But it's about to rain here, and it's cold. It's about to rain. It's very cloudy and cold, and I have errands to run. I can show you how to add that. So I think I'm going to get off. But thank you guys all for coming in and watching. Back to driving, but listening. Well, I'm about to get off, Samara. Drive safe, though. It's okay. I can even do it from my phone. And as long as I do it from my phone, it will still link to my computer. Like, if I make it and put it on StreamYards, regardless, it will just stay there. So, no, I can do it through my phone, too. So, that will work. But I'm going to go so I can get errands done. I might go live tonight if I'm bored. or if a new development comes up on the Esther case or the Fort Hood, or I might just come live just to say hi to you guys because I like chatting with you. But I thank you guys all for coming in. Yes, hanging with Jay, and I sub to you, so I'm gonna check out your channel for sure. Everybody, please sub to the channels that were linked in here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you could hit the likes or the dislikes, whatever one you prefer. I would appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a fabulous Thursday. Everybody stay healthy, stay happy, stay you. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.